since my node tree was looking so mess, I thought I should be a little more professional. So I will clean this up and organize it in a good way. So point relax example, because I have put it here as an example file, point relax. Okay, same thing. So I kept it there. So I deleted. I made a little arrange. I did organized. So this is how I'm gonna organize. I'll show you how I organize this one. Just a minute. I'll show you what I did. So I have everything separate. Like I have the donut base in the object level separately, and I have icing separately. See, this is icing, and I have the sprinkle with me. Okay, I'll show you how I did it. All right. So I will hide everything. Okay, and I'll go to the file which I copied. Basically, I copied the same. I'm going to delete. So the first part was sprinkled. This one, right? So the second one was what we were doing was this one, right? So I'll keep only that aside and I'll delete the rest, because there's no point of keeping all of. So I'll delete everything. Okay, it's just to clean this up, and I want to show you how to clean it. That's why I'm recording it, right? So based on it, so I'm going to keep this in a 1 geo and icing in a 1 geo and the sprinkle in a 1 geo. Okay, so that's what my purpose. All right, so to do that, from here I'll bring an object merge, and in the object merge, in the parameter, okay, I'll put it as a side. Okay, so object, this is the parameter of object merge. So object merge, in the object merge, what I'm going to do is, like, I want this one to read from here. So I'll copy, Control C, so copy this like, you know, from here. So which means whatever up there, I'm going to get it in here. So I will plug that, and instead of plugging in here, I can now plug into the object merge. Okay, so now we have icing separated. We're gonna cut, but before that we will also make an object merge in for sprinkles. All right, for sprinkles. So from sprinkle we are taking the resources. See, you see here, sprinkle is taking the resources from the icing, right? So I'm gonna take that icing, copy and paste it over here. Okay, so I don't have, so that way I don't have to connect that one. I can just connect this one, and yes, so I have, so this is my sprinkle. Okay, so, and this is my icing. So first I will cut the icing, Control X, usual keys, Control X, and go here, and I'll bring a new geo, and I will call it donut to icing. Okay, and I'll paste it. Right, so now I have icing separated. I can show you in a minute. And the last one, so icing and sprinkling, right? So we bring the sprinkling, same method, Control X, you cut it. So now you have only base in the donut 2. And I'll go back, I'll bring a new geo again, and I'll name it sprinkles, and I'll come inside and paste it. Right, so if you want to arrange, of course there's L button, but L button's gonna, you know, it's gonna mess your method. Okay, so what you can do is, like, whatever you wanted to select, just select whatever you want and hold down A for apple. Okay, A, and then drag it down. Then you can lay out whatever you're selected, and also drag it to the right. Then you get like this. See, you can do whatever you want, right? So this one, so that it's pretty easy to understand what I'm doing. Okay, so like later it will be very helpful. to so it's a good practice to organize everything. Okay, so now you have, wait, it should show everything. So I have this. Okay, so it's, so then you again, because it's taking, it is looking for object donut to icing. Okay, so which is not there, which is no more there because we changed, right? So we have to go here and again you go to the icing. Okay, so out icing is here, so out icing, accept it. So you will get it. Okay, so and same way, if you go to the icing, so icing should be in the second. There's some color confusion. Okay, so I'll quickly fix that. And in here also, in the grid, okay, there's a problem in the grid. So grid is taking the rows. So this is basically, it's taking from the object donut 2. You're looking for donut 2, but ours is different, right? So ours is donut 2 icing. So we need to delete it and give it a same number, or like what we did before. You just copy paste it anyhow. Okay, so and this works perfectly because it's donut 2 or donut base is taking. So you have that. So that's pretty much it for optimizing it. So now you have, I'll change the color. So now you actually have separated donut 1 and donut 2. So likewise you can bring, so this is a example file which I will delete it. Okay, so in the icing, just come here. So now you have better understanding. Now when you go to color and just change the color you want, and it's immediate, it's really easy to find right now. And of course CD is taking from the icing, and we can change it if you have any color. So right now there's no color coming. Yeah, there's no color coming. So I will just, for the sake, I'll just put a color. I'm just setting up things. Okay, so we have that, and of course we have this one, and we have this one. See, if you want to see both, then you need to move it, right? So I can show you how to move that. So you bring a null. So it's like parenting. I'll show you. So now if you move this one, I'll turn on this. Okay, so you can see what is happening now. If you move this one, everything moves along with it. So it's like parenting. Yeah, keep it that side, and I can move it. Yeah, see, now you have two donut. Very easily I made two donut, isn't it? I know the video is long because I'm explaining each and everything, and the methods, old methods, new methods as well. If you can notice icing, for instance, icing, then you can see there's this kind of bend happening here, because I saw in some of the reference which I took it, I think in this one, what I noticed, right? So there is this bend coming. Okay, so there is this bend, and some are straight, and there are some cases they have bulgy happening. So you can adjust all of that. So I kind of show you this one how I did for this. See how I did. So I'll show you that first. Okay, I'll go to the donut, right? So in the donut, it's just a small adjustment I did. What I did here is, so everything is same. Okay, everything is same. We promoted this part. Okay, and so I turned this red, because so that I know this is where I changed. So even red, this is where I changed. Okay, so then I soft peak it, but in this soft peak, in this soft peak, you can see a little bulgy happening here. Okay, So how can I, so it is very hard actually to get the single line. It's very hard using, you know, it's very hard as in like you need a lot of, you need to do a lot of tedious work. So what I then did is, so because this, we promoted this group, this point group, then what I did is, there is, you remember the group expand, you can not only expand it but also you can minus it, right? So that's what I, that technique, I thought I should, that this is a good technique to show you, like where this will be helpful. So see, in this one I put -1 step, so like it should be going up, but I kept it 1. Okay, and I named it at group expand. Like I didn't name it, it's a default name. I'm not bothered about the name, because I really like to show you the names when it is actually a name, that the name should be done. So for example, pScale, it's like, I cannot type blah blah scale, because then it won't read it. So I would just want to show you, so like I just want to show you this group, you can give any name, but in some particular you have to give name based on what Houdini knows, like mask and pScale and other, etc, etc. So what I then did is same thing. Then I did not bring that new group expand in here, because this was the old one, PT shaping. And then what I did in the soft peak line here, I brought that expand, and this is what I did. Like I can adjust inside, like right now it looks like a burger, right? Yeah, so that's what I did, and I made it really small, and then I changed the radius to 0.1.101. Yeah, so and then I changed a little bit in the mountain, because earlier it was very harsh, but when I started noticing the shape of other references, there wasn't that much of jiggling happening, the noise happening to the donut. So I changed, this is the settings. If you want to practice it, this is the setting. Okay, and then same thing, I did not change any of it. All right, and you can squeeze based on your transform here. It's like, you can bring it up, big and small, yeah, whatever you feel like. Yeah, see, it's like very bad. Yeah, so that's what I did in the basic, and based on it, the only changes that I made is this one. Okay, I hope you understood. It's just a simple using the point expand in the middle. So have a look to the node structure. Okay, torus, and I bring to the ground, and then shaping. Okay, where I wanted to do the shaping, and then ignore in the some middle part was taking, and I subtracted it, and promoted from primitive to points. And yeah, because soft peak only takes point groups, so change to pro points, and then again I expanded it and did some little bit of here and there. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so next is I did not, yeah, even the icing, what I did is only this one, mountain, it was very harsh, the noise, so I made it very small, like height, I decreased to height, and element size and scale. Okay, so that's the only thing I adjusted it, because in the reference I did not see much of that harsh, that noise happening. So that's it. And next one, I want sprinkle. I did not change anything, there is no red. Okay, sprinkle, I did not change anything, but I want to show you something in the sprinkle here. Okay, the sprinkle, a cool method, like from your previous knowledge you can also do. It's like, it's an optional thing. Okay, so cancel it, and so this was a new node, so that's why it turned red. See, I changed it and I kept it red so that I can show you. So I'll change the number to maybe smaller number, 300, because so that the system will be much faster, and this, everything will be much faster. All right, so this was the method you already knew. Okay, I previously stopped. So this is what the one I previously stopped. And here what you can do also, you can do is like you can distribute based on there are a bunch of preset, okay, and but in the end you can see ramp and discrete, custom discrete. So these two are the custom one. We haven't done any discrete, but ramp we know it will be like remap. Yes, remap, and I adjusted already, that's why it's there as a default. It won't be like this, but now you can adjust in the middle part how it's going to be in the the you have custom ramp. It's going to be a little slow because it's happening live, instantly. So this is one method, custom ramp. There's a custom ramp in the attribute random. Here in the distribution there's custom ramp. You can custom your ramp based on your wish. Okay, but the next one I want to show you is that I'll bypass this one. It's going to be really big because it's taking the default value and the sphere value. Okay, the next one I want to show you is that you remember, I hope you remember in the attribute in the abstract method. So in the abstract, in the project abstract, we have done techniques using attribute create, right? Like attribute create, we create an attribute, a name, and then in the value we brought the value of cars cdg, so which is this. So this value has been applied here, right? So same way, if you can think big, then we know here, from here we know that there is an attribute map. Yeah, if I click here I can see, so there is an attribute map, and you have now, so which means this attribute map, attribute mask, sorry, mask. So attribute mask, if you come up here, you can see, there is a mask value, right? So every red, dark red has 9 value, and the white has 0 value. So that way we can, based on this color, you can give a pScale. So it's like red value, the place you see red, that in here it is 0.9. so this places points. So we then changed, by the way, we then changed the noise, so it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. If you want to see this attribute, then of course you know that, right? Visualize. Yes, it is mask. You can see here. So if you go here and so attribute noise, we then changed in here, we changed a little bit of we kept a little bit of noise. So if you can see that by right clicking it and clicking the mask. So yeah, see, so this is what the next, we modified from here to here. Okay, if you can see, that's a bug. Okay, I hate that bug. Okay, so it's here, doesn't happen, right click it. Okay, right click, then you have that option, check it. So here, this is the new mask range. So 6 is the maximum. So red has 6. The points here, like points, it's very less point. I will put more points. Okay, I'm not gonna copy these points because it's too much. It will take good time to load. So you see these red values, the red places will have 6. The mask will be not 6, 1.2. okay, mask will be 1.2. So that's what in here, like you can see, mask is 1.2. These places, this point will have a pScale of 2, and white will have, I think it is 0 something. Okay, so that's what it's gonna give you. I'll change the value to very small, 400 or something, and I will turn on this one. Okay, so I said I written that based on mask. Okay, it's an attribute create node, and nothing nothing special, just an attribute create node, just like in here we did exactly like attribute create, but for this name twist scale, we said pScale. Okay, pScale, which is which you know that it's a particle scale, it's an inbuilt expression, and it's a point float. And in here I wrote, okay, I'll just show you, in here I wrote at mask. Okay, just like here in the abstract project I wrote cdg. Okay, so this is another attribute, but here cdg. So it's like we are bringing the color g. Okay, likewise we are bringing this number, 0.4 value, such as, based on color, or based on color means not cd color, but this color. Okay, yeah, this color, based on this color, is not color, of course. This is a represented, this is just a visualization, that red is white and white is black. Okay, now if I watch from here, you can see, yes, now you'll be like, what, this is worse than before, right? That's because the value here is 0.1 above 1. So you know that pScale 1 is too big, so I'm gonna divide it by, with a very big value, maybe like 7. Okay, divided. So right now you can see, much clearly. You see, whatever is red, higher value has higher and lower value has lower, based on the visualization color. You get that. Okay, so now if you change the noise, here, so now you see this is what, right? Like now we go in here and change. So I will disable this one, or like, no, I will instead of disable, I will use another, yeah, something like this. Okay, so you can see this area will have large chunk of pScale, and this area will have a very small, and the light color have smaller. All right, so let's see if that works. Yeah, see, this area has a larger and smaller, and based on color. So based on the the noise, you can bring pScale as well. See, pScale, but in that attribute mask, if the attribute is a, you can pull the a values. So we are basically taking, this is basically taking from these. All right, so that's one method. If you want to try, you can try. Okay, so it's up to you. Size, if you think this size is too big, then just change here, then you get completely change, the higher value get changed. All right, so but right now this is based on the noise. All right, so I'll view from this one, and let's go back. So we have two donut, and the next one I want to show you is that, so yes, here you can see the sprinkle doesn't have a normal. So if you put a normal here, then it will fix the color problem. Yeah, see, it's the color problem changed. Like, right, before, without normal there is no shadow, with normal you have the shadow. Okay, the next one I want to show you is that the curve, this line is not straight. This is straight tube. I want a little bit of curve. You can see here a curve, right? A little small curve. Even here you see a little bit of curve, right? Make here a curve, bring more point, bring more rows, and give it a bend. So that's one good method. Give it a giving a bend node and changing it, but that's not a good example. It's like I did not bend it, but I'll just show you so how it's going to look like. So it's going to look like this. There's no random, right? So there is an easy method. Of course, if you guys, if anyone watching who knows Houdini, they have a different way of getting different shapes. Of course, we with a little bit of coding in stem node, you can achieve that easily, but we haven't reached any coding yet. Coding as in, vex coding. Vex is Houdini's programming language. So we haven't reached there yet. So with the knowledge that we have right now, how can we do it? So that's what's my intention of this class. It's like whatever from the tools, you can achieve a lot of steps. So the one I wanted to show you is by getting a line node. So it's in the primitive. You go here, you get the primitive line. Okay, I'll delete this one, the new one, and I'll put the line. And yeah, so this is what you got, right? So as a default, line has only line has 2 points. As a default, line has a 2 point, and we say we need 3 points in the middle. So if I click here, you can see every line has, so it is right now in the copy node. Okay, so that's why you can see a lot of spreaded lines, right? So I kept, it's better you keep it 3 points. All right, so if you keep it 4, then I'll show you what happens, what will happen. I'll turn that off. Okay, and I do not like that guide, so I deleted it. So I just ignored it, okay, by clicking outside. And what you can do is you bring the point jitter. So we know right now we have 3 points for every line. We know there are 3 points, 3 each. Okay, so if we jitter, there's in the point node. So I'll go here, particles. Yeah, in the manipulate, you go point jitter. You know that point will jitter. See, now you have really bad. Of course, this looks really bad, but I'll change the size to really low. Okay, so yes, we are getting there. So now we have a curve. Let's put a PolyWire and see what happens. PolyWire, and if I keep it really low and see, so you can probably see that this is black. How the hell that black happened? That's because from this side, or from here, we are taking everything, right? So including n, we are taking normal from here. So in this point, in these points that we created, we have a normal, right? So it is like, I'm taking the point normal, but here there is no normal. So how can you do the fix? So easy fix is, bring the node after, bring a node after. So now you probably will be getting this, and of course this. So you got the color back. I'll ignore that points. So the color back. Okay, and the normal is fixed. And in the PolyWire, I'll increase the division so that right now this look like a box, 4 points, but we tend to give more division, maybe 7. I think 7 is good. So but the shapes are a little weird, right? So what we are after is with the small curve. Okay, small curve. So how can I get that? So how can we fix this? Yeah, so so we know right now there's only 3 points. That's why this curve occurs. So let's do some resample, like give more points. So you guys know that resample is the guy in the utility. We have a resample where you will get more resamples. Yeah, see, now a little bit change happened. So let's put it maybe 0.5. Okay, 0.5. So now, even now, didn't do much. I'll put 1. Okay, didn't do much, but that's because it is if you come down to the resample, it is treated as a straight edge. So let's take it to subdivide curves. Now you what? Now you got it right. I think this is too much. I will keep it maybe 6 or 4. Yeah, 4 is enough, I guess, because I know what I'm after. So you can go higher, but that's okay. You can keep it higher if you want, no problem. So now you have, yes, now you have a little bit of shapes, isn't it? See, ignore it. So you see, yeah, we are getting there, isn't it? We are actually getting there. Okay, so now it's a matter of I think we are good. It's a matter of let's play with the pScale value. We give it maximum of 0.077. Yes, so you can see nothing happened. That's because we are not adjusting from there. Okay, so pScale is not doing anything. pScale is applied for the line. Okay, so if whatever this value, doesn't matter, because PolyWire is the guy who takes control of the um of of the thickness of this tube. So if we go lower, so you see you can get that. Okay, so the next thing what we're gonna do is we gonna soft smooth this point. So the point right now with the resample is not that smooth. If you come up here, yeah, it's not that smooth. Okay, so we're gonna put a smooth node, where smooth node, I've already told you about the smooth node. This is all nodes that we already know, and yeah, we kind of get some smooth. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. Okay, so now the only thing I'm worried about is, of course, thickness, and don't worry about this side, because if we, so you see this part, we know that if we put more division by subdividing it, we kind of get that. Yeah, see, we got that circle, and if you want more resolution, give it more. Okay, so now we fix that problem of small problems. We fixed it. But if you, again, if we come closer look, if you take a closer look, so we take a closer look, and there are some shapes, like little bit of shapes, as in like there is some thickness in here, and the thick, it is more thick at the end. You can see thicker than the middle. Okay, so you can see this part is thicker than the middle a little bit. Okay, what if you want to have that? Of course, this you can fix by, you go here and you probably put maybe 1. Yes, so you have that, and I think the length is so big. One more thing I'm noticed that look at here, it's all the it is jitter. So here you can see it is jitter in the y-axis as well. So see, in the axis scale, jitter axis scale, y, it's happening in the, up, everything is coming up, which we don't want, right? We wanted to stick it, we want to stick it on the surface. So it's easy fix is put this y value. So it's like if I change it, you can see it is now sticking onto the surface. You see, the point is sticking to the surface. So I'll keep it maybe 1. So now you get it. Now you see everything is on the surface. Let's have a look. And we also remove, at least for now, to see, we remove it. Okay, and then we go here, we said show all. Yes, you see, right now it is on the surface, and before it was like this. Like, come on, what is this, dancing? Yeah, so we keep it on the surface. Looks much more better. right? And I think this the length of the sprinkles are really big. Okay, so that you can control. You don't have to go here. Of course you can go here and take control of the length from here, uh, but I would you can also come here, but I would take it from jitter scale. I think that it's a problem with the jitter, so I'll do 0.8. That looks more realistic to me. See, so here you have all kind of this. You can play around with the jitter size to get what you're after. Okay, so I think what I'm happy with is 8. You can do whatever you want, and also you can improvise this part, like it is touching, so improvise that. Smooth. So we have almost everything, but one more thing I wanted to add in here is that if you want to have control over right now this is uniform, right? Like it's like straight, it's like a hot dog, right? So if you want to change something, that what you can do here, like before PolyWire, before making into a polygon, or with the help of points, you can do something. So I'll create a random, of course. I'll create a random pScale. It can be anything, but I prefer to take it pScale. I'll type something else. I'll create an attribute called maybe thickness. Okay, I create an attribute called thickness, and there is a one vector. And if I go here, I'll give a value, right? So I'll give a value, maybe minimum of 0.5 and 0.07, right? Now what I can do is I can bring that value to PolyWire. Just typing that thickness. Wow. Value is too big, I guess, but so you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like I'm bringing that value, which is 0.05 between 0.7. I'm taking that value to ride or to drive this wire. So this one is too big, so you can experiment the value, of course. So now you are like, what is the help, what is the use of this, right? Like if I keep it one, then you can see you see the difference. You can see, right? So I want you to show you one more method. So like no, and also if you are like I want more control, like with me. Okay, so then you can go here and custom ramp, and it's big, of course. So you fit a value saying that it's 0.05 to 0.00, I don't know, so maybe 9. Okay, I don't know what was that value that I gave before, so I think it's 0.9, I guess. Yes, so now you can adjust the way you want. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I hope so. You can custom your size as well based on the PolyWire. I believe that is a good tip, so I will just go through. So what I did here is I gave a line, and to drive that, so then it copied to the points where we created using the mask. Okay, it's in the mask, and we then copied it, and then we jitter based on these 3 points. Okay, this has only 3, so 3 points, and then jitter. And since we need to keep it in the ground, we kept the y this much. You can adjust that, and you can adjust the scale. So as you move the scale, then the length of that sprinkle get higher. Then to do the smooth stuff, so we did this combination of 2 nodes to get smooth curve. So one is by keeping this one subdivision and keeping less point, and then we smoothed it using this, didn't do anything. If you want, if you can do it. And then we gave a new attribute, because in the PolyWire the wire looks so uniform. So I said, no, 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 I have an attribute, drive that. So that attribute is thickness, which is random using the custom ramp, and then subdivided it because the edge look, everything was looking plain. So I need a little bit of smooth. So this is the result without subdivision, and this is with subdivision. So I kind of like this one, and I'm keeping it. So likewise, you can also do these sprinkles. So I'll quickly show you how to get that. And I think you can do this one also. And I'm going to show you how quickly you can do this.